We are the robots. We are the robots.
Hi, I'm Heinbach and it's good to have you back. This video is kindly sponsored by Sennheiser. They are leaving me completely free hand to create a video as part of the 80 years of Sennheiser celebration. So I invited myself to their factory to explore a rare instrument that was used on many hits by bands like Kraftwerk and Daft that I saw languishing in their display case. But there was a problem.
This looks like the normal serial vocoder we brought to the market. This one over there is the prototype. This came to the market in 1977. It was available so something about 4 years. Guess that Sennheiser produced a stock of it. It could be 50 perhaps. It was really expensive. This was one reason why we don't sold so much. I know for sure that Jean-Michel Jarre has one.
Okay.
And Kraftwerk.
When I saw this first, when I visited here, I really wanted to work with it. But then you noticed something, right?
Yes. I asked a colleague to test it, and then he opened it and said, okay, something is missing because half of the electronic part is not in.
This was a working unit that had been taken apart for parts probably? Or?
Yeah. I think that. So that we used it to repair another one.
Maybe Jean-Michel Jarre is now on the inside. So damn you, Jarre.
A vocoder makes one sound, the carrier, talk to the character of another sound, the modulator. Therefore, it splits the modulator, the voice you want to copy, into several frequency bands. For each band, it measures how strong that part of the voice is over time. That's its envelope. It then uses those envelopes to modulate the corresponding bands of a carrier signal. The modulated bands are added back together, so the carrier sounds like the modulator's vocal character.
This is a recommended setting from the marketing brochure. Arguing Motor. Schimpfender Motor.
I am very angry with you. You didn't drive me fast enough. Why are you so slow? It's very annoying. Come on, speed up. I'm angry with you. Don't do that.
The vocoder definitely needs some TLC. There's a constant hum present. I'm gonna RX the hum for you, so you don't have to suffer through it like I do. But according to the technicians here, that's because it's unhoused and it's not shielded in any way. The problem is, this unit doesn't fit in the case. And we'll get to that a bit later. Of course I have to do the voice. I was dancing madly through the room when I was 8.
We are the robots. We are the robots.
One thing I noticed when playing this vocoder is it is one of the most intelligible vocoders I've ever played.
Whatever song I'm playing here is kind of understandable. Of course, some sounds will work better. Some sounds not so much. You can probably understand what I'm saying here. You can probably understand what I'm saying.
Even if I say odd words like
Diplodocus.
or
Pteranodon.
or.
Stegosaurus.
Let me know if you understood these. I mean, it's little wonder. This is based on encryption technology that dates back to pre-war times even.
There is a history before. Coders were developed military use.
Speech encryption.
Sennheiser has a really long history with that. When Fritz Sennheiser did his studies and his PhD thesis, he did research about speech and electronic. So how to modulate speech. He worked during the war for an institute which did research about vocoders and cipher machines. And then after the war, of course, it was forbidden for the Germans to do any research in these topics. But that changed when Germany became member of the NATO. End of the 50s, Sennheiser produced voice vocoders for the government agency.
So they could have encrypted communications.
Yeah, so to make telephone calls tap approved.
So this is kind of like the swords to plowshares version of that, right?
Perhaps the topic changed about vocoders in beginning of the 70s because the first computer system
Computer systems
that came up. So the contract ended and Sennheiser asked, okay, can we use this technology for a customer product?
So
And
that's
so
why
with
it's the
some changes it was possible, and that was the base for the music vocoder.
before the fun vocoder, there was like a non-fun, like secret vocoder.
Yeah.
Does any like documentation about that exist?
No.
Is there, nothing? It's
No.
all secret, top secret, classified.
it's still-
Even after all these years.
Yes.
It's
yes.
classified information.
Yes.
Woof.
Herr Gritter was still sworn to secrecy and couldn't talk about anything related to the Diplomaten vocoder. The actual unit, the VOC490, is on display at the Frankfurt Museum of Telecommunications. It was part of the Elcrovox encryption system, and you can still see the connection to the fun vocoder in the prototype. One of the ways the encryption probably would work was by scrambling the frequencies transmitted, so you'd need a key to decode it. That is maybe the reason why the VSM201 still has a little patch bay on the back, which allows you to switch around the frequencies. And that patch bay is sticking out, so the working prototype vocoder does not fit in the case of the not working serial model that they have here at Sennheiser. Let's have a look at the functions. Here we have the speech and signal inputs. It was a bit troublesome getting the mic to work. I had to route it in a strange way through my baby face. Probably some sort of grounding issue with the adapter, but now it works. Here are the replacement sound inputs. And you've got internal input. You can modulate internally with the pulse. And you can add an unvoiced partial to that.
Hi, I'm Heinbach, and it's good to have you back.
And then we've got the noise.
Hi, I'm Heinbach, and it's good to have you back.
Okay, that's the noise. Fricatives. We can now change it to only voice with no sh. Or we can change it to unvoiced only.
Hi, I'm Heinbach, and it's good to have you back.
No, change to external.
Hi, I'm Heinbach, and it's good to have you back. It's been a long time, shouldn't have left you without a dope track to step to, 'cause that's all I do.
This pink filter, which I'm guessing takes the white noise to a pink noise, is missing from the production unit. Same as probably the mic input, because it appears that on the production unit there's 6 identical inputs. These are control voltage outputs for the voice and the detector. This upper part, the variable channel emphasis, allows you to mix and match the different channels in volume. You've got a normal setting, so
Everything is at a fixed setting, it's like a preset, but then you go to here, and then you can adjust the different bands. So I'm right now trying to filter the hum a bit, so I'm de-emphasizing certain bands.
Speech Edition / multifilter allows you to put the speech or signal input through a filter without vocoding.
If I do this right now, you can hear me talk through the filter bank, and I can adjust the levels, but we are only using the filter bank. So, and slowly taking away all the signals, and I think it
should just be the signal. Here are always bypass mixes, so you can always add a bit of clean signal. But now I'm able to
add in my voice. It's a lovely filter bank of very direct, very electronic sounding. It's not very soft. It seems to be rather... Oh, because I'm overdriving.
In the silence bridging part, I'm able to mix in the modulator signal to the vocoder signal. If these are all to the left, the modulator signal will be quiet unless I'm talking.
The modulator signal will be quiet unless I'm talking.
But now I can open it up so it rings through, which is nice if you want to do something atmospheric and have like these decaying sounds after, which is pretty cool.
And again, you can always mix in.
These are envelope outs for each individual channel, and if I had a big modular system, this would be very exciting. Could use certain frequencies to trigger certain things in the modular system. So for example, I have a drum beat here, and then I want to isolate maybe the hi-hats, so that might come out at band 15 probably, somewhere high. I could take that, just that band, and use that to maybe even drive a sequencer. Or I could use, other bands to open up a bass oscillator, maybe on the kick, so that would sing in series. So this was really meant as a part of a big modular system. Now, due to the constant hum that I noise reduced for you by a lot, I found it very hard to make music with this here. The hum is harmonic and it just overlays over everything. So what I did was I sung into the vocoder, and I had a patch on my OP1, and I created a decent sampler instrument, which I heavily denoised. And so here's a piece I made with that. You can find that instrument on my Patreon. It's free for the 7.5 IPS tier and above, or you can just buy it $5. I want to say thank you to Sennheiser for letting me into their archives and explore a piece of musical instrument history. If you have any questions about the Sennheiser vocoder or also used this, please write it in the comments below.
Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.